Yeah, all this analysis. This is probably going to be the dumbest challenge we have ever done. Or not really the dumbest, but the hardest. Now we're going to do the true lowest level possible challenge. However, it's not going to be solo challenge and stuff that. And I know that I kind of broke one of the solo challenges at one point. I don't remember if that person commented on the correct video. Said that, oh, this is not solo anymore or whatever, right? Or was it on the solo challenge? Because I mean, when you're doing like a shit ton of challenges, like it's hard to remember, like okay, was this the solo challenge, and stuff like that? Because it wasn't implicitly like a solo challenge. Like I did solo on some of the stuff and stuff there, but then basically later on at some point, you just have to, do things. But yeah. So the thing that's going to be, if we talk about the rules basically, or let's actually go into the game first. So we're going to be using the encounters like normal. So that's why we're going to be using the encounters. There's going to be the lowest level possible challenge. However, last time you might remember that we allowed encounters sometimes to happen to be allowed to steal stuff, because you can steal stuff from an enemy and then still use escape. That gives you no XP. However, because that meant that we could get Force Stealer, we could get the weapon for Aeris in the thing. But since Charlie said the weapon for Aeris wasn't really important. However, here's the thing, right? This is not, oh, I don't allow Barret or Black Tifa or whatever to attack. All the characters can attack, all the characters can use whatever commands they want and stuff that. I can use everything with all of the characters and stuff that. Because it's not a solo challenge. However, it is beneficial if I kill off the other two party members in a fight. I'm not going to do it for every single fight. Yes, you could get lucky in the Reno encounter. You could get lucky and still kill Reno and stuff that, like doing damage with the other characters. And then once Reno is low enough. Main problem though is that when you're playing on console, there is no like add-on so you can see the boss's health. If there was an add-on so I could see like Reno's health, then for example, yes, it would be considerably easier, because you have to realize that a lot of people are doing challenges and stuff that are doing it on PC, because being able to see the boss's health even without having sense is a really big deal. And stuff that, and there are also people that use more advanced stuff than using the boss health. Also people that can see the ATB bar of enemies and stuff that, and if you can see the enemy's ATB bar, then it's just a lot easier to plan things. But yeah. We are, however, going to be using weight instead of recommended or whatever, not to be a thing. We're actually going to stick to the default color as well. But yeah, and keep in mind that there are forced encounters in the game. Those are encounters that we used to need to take and stuff that, like you cannot quote-unquote avoid them. So we need this needs to be weight, this needs to be fast, this needs to be fast. Yeah. I want to attack restore indirect, I want number 4 instead. We'll keep Claude in the front row though. Yes. Because right, otherwise you don't kill him in one hit, right, if you're in the back row. And right then, because we waited with doing this challenge, I said that I was gonna start when autumn starts, and basically it's the 1st of September today, so so we're gonna be doing things. Also, if there have been a character that I have not yet quote-unquote named, or whatever, and you want to have a specific name for it, you can tell me in the comments and stuff that, because I figured out a way now so that I can more easily read like all the comments and stuff that, because there's a thing that I can go in on if I remember how to do it on YouTube, where I can see all of the comments, but then from that I'm able to actually like comments and like mark comments like with the heart and stuff that, which is actually very good. So Claude is going to be, what's Claude going to be? Lord, of course, is gonna be. Actually, that's my favorite character, actually. Even though it doesn't feel when I'm a snake. Okay. Yeah, this name is gonna be fitting actually here. Does that fit even? Chief. DARPA Chief. Yeah, DARPA used, just call them DARPA, What is it? The defense, something defense ammunitions. Wait, is it defense? Not ammunitions. I forgot exactly what it stood for and stuff there, but yeah. The DARPA shit, what is it, Donald Anderson or whatever it was called in Metal Gear Solid 1. Which is actually not him because it's actually Decoy Octopus instead, But still. So one thing that's going to become very important in the challenge because this time around we won't be able to rely on the steals basically and stuff that, unless of course there is a steal in a specific boss fight or whatever, or in a forced fight. We're not going to be able to rely on it, stuff like that. We're keeping it in the back, of course. Keep in mind, things are going to be quite different this time around, because for the most part we want to make sure that only one character gets the EXP and stuff that. Meaning, for example, on God Scorpion we want Claude to die because the fact that but the thing is, for example, the fact that all of the characters can do stuff, because this is not going to be a solo challenge. Like every character is going to get used and stuff that. You might say, oh, what about Aeris? Am I allowed to abuse Aeris and stuff that? Yes, we are. Basically, once we have Aeris, we can. Well, basically, once we leave Midgard, we could theoretically turn it into a solo challenge for a while. Where we only use Aeris and stuff that, and have Aeris absorb all the XP. But then the question is, right, that what do we do for weapons? Do we get weapons for the other characters, or are we just completely making Aeris powerful, so that? Because if we let Aeris absorb all the XP, the XP from Aeris I don't think goes to any single character at all. This also means that we want Aeris to fight all the enemies during her section. Yeah, so keep in mind that there are Black Forest encounters that exist, and we are not gonna. I'm not gonna allow the thing of stealing stuff. So that unless there is gonna be one boss that we can steal from, or actually several bosses, even stuff like that. But yeah. We're going to be able to steal, of course, from so snake. So we're gonna need Claude to die, so we're gonna want to make sure that he gets to use a laser, so Claude dies faster. What is it? Is it 1,000 health boss Scorpion has? I'm pretty certain if we just keep attacking, then he's gonna die basically and stuff that, without us killing the boss. I want to make sure though that Barrett defends before before, like, you know. So he attacks first and then he bolts. Because basically we want to make sure that we time things. Yeah, attacking Barret, it's not super good, but so basically once he gets to do tail laser, we want to make sure that we defend with Barret, so Barret takes less damage from tail laser. Because sure we have limited healing and stuff that, you know. Okay, and then he will go into that mode. I'll probably careful. What is doing? It's going to counter-attack when it slays. Bolt. He only took 18 damage, close to 1,000 he bolts again, and I defend. I might take more damage now because I don't think I defended in time there. Maybe I did. Hopefully this doesn't kill it. Get one more bolt off while you're attacking Claude. I think bolt, please. No. I think he's going to Scorpion Tail, yeah, and that should kill Claude. Okay, boom. And now it's all up to Barret to finish. The dogs. That's actually really good because that means we get to get quite fast at the thing. So Barret, only Barret got the XP, but even with that, he's still like Claude and Claude. And it's the detonation. Assault gun, we can switch that immediately. Yeah, it's really weird that for example, like Barret gets to use his like so-called quote-unquote iconic weapon only really for that very short time and stuff that like there's no reason to not use the assault gun because of the extra damage that it adds. Of course, having like limited amount of XP that we are going to get, like things are going to get pretty hard. I do remember though how important it is to set up the barrier and stuff that for like Demon Wall and stuff that we are going to need barrier and we are probably going to need to pick up haste as well. And there are also forced encounters we could get in the Cable G if I feel like we need extra XP because, yeah. So for example, there are forced encounters that we could take if I feel like we are going to need the extra XP. But for some regular enemies, for example, I won't bother quote-unquote killing off the characters before those type of encounters. So for example, once we go into Shinra building, if I decide to not take the stairs inside the Shinra building, for example, then you know we can get some forced encounters there. Stuff that, you know. and also inside the elevator and stuff that, which could allow us to actually steal the carbon bangle and stuff that, if we get lucky with the enemies that we get, because we need to get them once, like on a spike ball or whatever, right, but once. Because normally we won't be able to steal unless it's a forced encounter that we can steal from and stuff that, yeah. But yeah, so Aeris is going to be super, super important stuff that. But that also means that during the elevator section, we need to somehow make sure that Earth is the only one survive. And I believe the way they count the XP for that is only for the final fight. So you don't want to kill off the rest of the party until you reach the other thing. But yeah. Now the question also, did we already get the iron bangers and stuff there? But yeah. So many flowers around here. Oh. And there's of course where the gun is later on and stuff that up there. We do take the extra encounters here. Normally I wouldn't take these and stuff that, but right, I'm probably not going to call it lowest level possible and stuff that, instead of just low level or whatever, right? Because yeah, you might say, oh, why do we take these? Because of the fact that yes, we are going to get a lot less XP overall and stuff that in this run. Because we're gonna have to divide the XP up between different characters and stuff that, These also quote-unquote will keep claws and kills as well. Keep in mind, still in the Northern Crater, we will still be able to fight the balls if we want to grind some material and stuff that, How much FPS is in total? Yeah, pretty decent. I'm now kinda at the same amount of XP that Barrett needs for the next level, kinda. Except of course he's one level higher than Barrett, so And keep in mind the next fight that we are getting. So technically, there is a place we can grind at if we really want to. Stop that. Because again, as I said, the whole thing with only allowing one character to get the XP, we will only be doing that. We will only be doing that during like certain things, but yeah. But yeah, in order to actually make the challenge quote-unquote possible and stuff without using certain very specific keys, we are going to have to, because of the fact that if we allow Aeris to absorb all the XP, yeah, the characters are going to be really, really far behind and stuff So there are going to be some grinding. Because yes, we can grind the red grunts and stuff if we go to the alarm place once we go to the 65 reactor. Or in the tunnel, we need to fail basically at the earliest possible point. And we could grind there for a while. Right, so I'm not going to call this low level possible, I'm going to call this low level instead. You know. So yeah, so this is not a solo challenge by the way and stuff that's it. And it's still sad, right, that even in the remake you don't get to like visit all the sectors and stuff that, you know. And yes, I know technically in Crisis Core there were a lot more of Midgar you could explore, right, which is something that was really enjoyable about Crisis Core, you know, and stuff that, but yeah. But since this is Big Boss, I actually should have named him Sigint instead. DARPA, you know, and stuff that, you know. Because Sigint is actually related to the DARPA chief or whatever it is. Stuff that, you know. You know, we're gonna abuse grenades, I don't know. I haven't decided yet. Because yeah, things can be harder if you don't buy a bunch of grenades and then we can save a lot of money actually. So we don't want to be having one restore material and stuff that, you know. It is important, of course. I haven't decided how many parts I'm gonna record and stuff that, you know, today. You don't? Yeah, he is locked still. Any fellows in the chat? We can send 1 ether. We buy 3 iron bangles. Because yeah, it's a pretty big deal getting some magic defense and getting some regular defense and stuff like that, but yeah. There's nothing we can get in here yet, yeah. Yeah, this backstock, so basically he confirms that all of those crates are weapons. So that's, I'm guessing those are actually supposed to be weapons for Avalanche, actually. Maybe even. Does that fit? Yeah, I think it fits. Give our name that fits for once. Okay, there we go. And of course, Tifa will start at quote unquote low level, so to speak. I think she will only start at level 5 or whatever it is. And instead, in the remake, they quote unquote force that drink upon Claude, even if you select no. Stuff that, Yeah, because of course, even if you would have fought the third class right from Shinra building, then could you have been able to defeat them with the basic gear and stuff? That is the question, right? Or would you used to have gotten killed and stuff that if you would have faced third class soldiers in the reactor? Shocks one. Why do you want to talk to them, goddammit? Bing, 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 bing. But yeah, things are gonna get really, really interesting this time around because of the fact that we're gonna have to use several of the characters, and the fact that letting them absorb the XP solo is gonna be a bit hard to do. Because the main problem on Reno is remembering what his health is at and stuff like that, because then you're taking a risk, of course, when you're killing off the characters and stuff like that, Now you might say, oh, just let the whoever's last, whoever gets pyramided last to quote unquote do it. Because I believe you can technically have enough DPS so where the last character can always win. This is also, I feel where the levels are gonna come in. Just of that. Because it would be good if we could avoid getting grenades and stuff that could be really good. I know the grenades are powerful and stuff but I feel like the grenades are a very, very cheap way to deal with things, and stuff that, And that's where it comes from. The whole icon of the game comes from, because it's not actually supposed to be meter, it's actually supposed to be the witching star and stuff that they saw back then, stuff that's in the 1500 guild. I forgot if that lowered the points with Barrett or not, you know. I think that gives negative points with Barrett or whatever, even though, you know. She starts at level 4 then instead. Okay. I'm Bangle. I'm Bangle. Do banana. Yeah, send some bronze bangers first, and then we get we get 2 eyes. Yeah, the goal is to get three eyes, 3 lightning, and maybe 1 more restore. But we cannot afford that. So like we cannot get everything right away, of course. Stuff that there. On Materia, you got this one right. Oh, take this precious hello. Precious hello, you. You there use some rest on Materia. Hello. So we have 3 ices in total. We only have 2 lightning though. But yeah. But yeah, that's another ether we can sell though. And do we use sell the potions though is the question. It depends. Right, so the ether first. So 1 more lightning. 2 Phoenix Downs. 2 fires. So then we will get the 3rd fire with the red 13. Because of that. That's how it will work. So basically now we have the 2 fires, we have 3 ices, we have 3 lightning. Lightning, ice, fire, ice, fire. Here we go. Yeah, we want to make sure that we have a lot of that instead. So we're not going to be reliant on using potions. Let's keep her in the back row. He's going to be able to use all with ice. Stuff that against those enemies. Yeah. I want to make sure though that we save here. So basically we probably want a grind level 10 I think we want to grind. But you might say, oh, but that's, you know, whatever, you know, they're cheating or whatever, right? But the thing is, if we want to make this challenge possible, especially if we're not going to rely on like items like grenades, like molotovs, and stuff that, like the material is just going to be very, very important and stuff that. And also like getting kills, like we want to actually get, if possible, get some limit breaks and stuff like that, you know. Yeah, we can get the things down here. What it says about the reviewing. If I die, you gotta use that to revive, okay. Now the question is, do we want to keep clothing back row? Stuff that, you know. Probably want to keep everyone in back row. Yeah, we don't have tranquilizers yet. That is something to remember. But then we need to go one more screen, and then we are at the checkpoint. Ice. Okay, so they have very, very little health left after you have iced them all. Oh, and one I wanted to stay actually. Okay, so let's have her attack first. I got attack the middle one. Damn, the alarm is so loud though. I think maybe in one more level we are going to have enough damage with the ice. turning down the volume a bit here. We are getting a decent amount of money here, and we're actually getting free antidotes as well. Just attacking there used to be safe and stuff up there. I feel like this grand is going to be very important, right? Because this decides okay, like what limit breaks we're gonna have. And there isn't really any other grenades. We can actually get grenades from attacking here as well. I was thought back in the day that it were possible to like grind out all of the enemies here. But then just make them quote-unquote stop spawning as it were, you know, and stuff that, you know. That something would happen if you killed enough of them. Because this does count as being an entrance or whatever. But this supposedly actually leads to actually the reactor or something like that. No, maybe it doesn't, you know. Maybe it doesn't have a connection point or whatever. I'm not saying that we're going to be able to grind here, for example, for us to get the guys 2 and stuff that, you know. Maybe we are. I mean, how much is the OP here? How much is the OP for this fight? The OP is still 9. So with 9 AP. Yes, now you cannot check between battles there and stuff like that. Because we need 1500, right, for the first one. I think it's 1500 we need. 1500 AP for the first level, I think it is. How much damage did we do now with ice? Okay, we're doing 60. Maybe that's enough already. The thing, if we're getting 9 every time, then 10 battles is 90 AP. 100 battles would be 900. This might seem like insane, but you know, the fact also that this is oh man. So we can almost kill them all. We'll probably be able to with next level here. Stay here. This I feel like it's gonna give us decent money as well. That not have any healing right aside from White Claw. So that's gonna be a bit of an issue because we are gonna run out of MP. It is gonna be a bit of an issue once we run out of MP and stuff like that, but because at that point we basically need to run, and then we need to change the material around so we have the hard material on someone else. Keep in mind that once we are high enough level here, then them killing us is going to become impossible almost. Because eventually we will reach a point when they can only do 1 damage to us. especially back row. That is because, right, we haven't... I forgot if we did spells or not. I think we did spells with Tifa once or whatever, right? But yeah, there is a lot of because they're gaining MP every level and stuff like that, which is why it takes a lot. And also it's possible that we will just reach a point where we can just attack them all to death as well, you know. Okay, we will be able to ice them all one more time. At least. Right, yeah. One more time at least. Now we just attack. Because there isn't any rushing spell I can cast, right? Because the main problem is that we cannot climb back up here. That even if you would go to where the save point is, for example, in use a tent, you cannot go back to this corridor from that location because, like, basically, like once you go down, you cannot go back up. Now they're using to front row already. Change. Keep him in back row though. It's Tifa that we really need to have at level 10 at this point. Yeah, it's weird that they don't physical attack very often at all and stuff like that, you know. But don't these have the wave beam attack as well? Because these are still... Yeah, these are special combatants. Oh, you got a crit. I'm getting some free grenades, which actually is very nice. It was. Okay, so at least one more battle to get Barrett's his level 10. I mean, if we would have saved the ethers here, I think it would have been different, of course. I'm not going to bother with the front row this time around, I'm just going to attack everyone. Okay, we need still a few more battles now. You can just hold down the X button here. And does this mean, for example, like enemy skill is going to become completely worthless? No, not really. It's about 2 more, right? I think. I didn't check how much XP she needed still. Most of the time, first part at least. Okay, 2 more. Yeah, we needed 2 more, so I was correct. Because we need to make sure that we get level 10 here at least, you know. Because that would mean Aeris is strong from the very, very start, because she will be like level 10, I think. She won't be low level enough anymore, stuff like that. Can we just make things a lot easier? More. And we're getting a lot of cash back here and stuff like that, you know, and yeah. yeah, the basic material are actually going to become important, because I think that if we keep them equipped for most of the point, then we're going to be able to have them, you know, become like their second version pretty soon. Because yeah, again, how we spend the money is going to become important as well and stuff like that. But yeah. Okay. And around finally we can check here. 198 there, 1300 next level, 1782 the ice, 1782. So yeah. So that's 2000 actually to level. But yeah, the 1500 is on all material and it's 2000 for those. It's actually 2500 for the restore material. So but otherwise it's 2000 for that. So we did get Orphan this time we picked up on the train, but we got 9 antidotes and 3 grenades from that. That is pretty useful. Yeah, so he ends up being level 11 because of that. Yeah, of course we could have caught the grinded longer there, but I think level 10 might be enough. Although quote unquote, I'm not 100% certain that level 10 would be enough. See, that's the problem, right? The fact that there is no save like that you can do before you reach the point here and stuff that, like there's no... these are supposedly the same winding tunnels that are at the end of the game, except you don't have the ability to like go into the other parts of the tunnels. Yeah, we won't be able to come back. Yeah, because now there is no way up again, so you cannot go back there and grind and stuff that, which is, you know, that's an ether. Should we go this way? Like how it's a soft thing on the drum. Like not the proper like pins and stuff there, but it's another thing. They're hitting that other specific thing on the drum. I forgot what it's called. Here we get the attempt to use, but anyway, that will do it for part 1. I see you all in part 2. We'll be right now.